Let's finish Tokyo Ghostwire. Yeah. Yeah. Ready to go? Boy, am I. Alright, so, when we finish this up, chat, I think we'll switch over to Final Fantasy XIV. There's a lot of stuff I want to do in that. So, we'll probably do that. Because everything in my body is right now is like, go play Xenoblade. Go play the DLC that you haven't played. Because I wanted to rerun through the entirety of Definitive Edition, and I haven't had time, so we did another stream.
Alright, let's roll.
Okay, KK Slider, let's go. You know, chat, I had somebody ask me yesterday what I think about this game, and it clicked. It's not very good. Yeah. Yeah. Also, my sound is definitely quieter in the game, which is impressive. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, they've never even really explained what the visitors are. Here's a real question. Why is he able to sustain himself in the fog? Oh, they're dead. That was a rhetorical question for sure. Hindsight. Because there's 4 of them. That's KK's body. Albeit that doesn't really make sense. It just makes about as much sense as why we're okay while going through everything, and why the fog damages us, because we're also technically dead. This game's not very good. Is what I'm coming to the conclusion.
Hurry!
Storytelling wise, gameplay wise, but it's very pretty. Chapter 5, Severance. There's only 6 chapters in the game, so yeah, we're gonna finish this today.
We've come this far. We're not leaving empty-handed.
Damn right. I'm taking back Mari.
I know this is like the really famous radio tower thing, but tell me that doesn't remind you of like the Eiffel Tower, Chad. How did Rinko even get here? Why is Rinko even here? Why do I care about Rinko?
This is where I died.
Oh.
Full of regret.
How did she get through the fog? You know what?
But
Probably
thanks
the
to
same
you
way.
too, I could put that behind me now.
You're taking off.
I have to. Got nothing left keeping me here. Sorry I couldn't stick around till the end.
It's all right.
I can't quite bring myself to believe in the afterlife, even though I'm like this.
Okay.
After all, if it were real, people would be happy to embrace death.
I don't think that's true, but alright.
Live. Embrace your life.
To be perfectly honest with you.
Let's go, partner. So Erika was what was keeping Rinko chained to this world. And now that things are settled, she had to move on.
Is that gonna happen to you too?
Probably.
Yo, somebody flipped their vote on Kingdom Hearts. Interesting. It's no longer tied. Still not by a huge majority. Maybe they heard your opinion on it? Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine. Like, I don't know. I would love to do it again. But I also don't know.
You heard him before. As far as he's concerned, bodies are just wrappers.
Like, Kingdom Hearts is amazing. It's just going to be a very long playthrough.
There's no way we can avoid fighting her?
Like, that's like a solid month of everyday Kingdom Hearts streams.
Anyone in our way goes down.
Which we have now. We have that time. Like, we're blitzing through Xenoblade. Yo, what up, Quinn? Like, we knocked out Xenoblade Chronicles 1 in almost 2 weeks. Like, 2 actual weeks. It took us like a month and a half because, life. Sure, dude. You know what? At this point, game, like, you just do you.
Let's do this.
That's literally where I'm at now. Like, this isn't connected. It doesn't make any sense. I'm coming to the conclusion that this game is probably, like, the worst game I've played this year. I'm understanding even more so, like, why they didn't really show anything off about it. Because, like, why would you show anything for this? They knew the state it was at. Oof, you just played Fortnite. That's the thing, like, Fortnite's really good right now. They got rid of, like, my biggest problem with the game. Tightened up the controls and made it actually, like, a fun experience. That said, I don't think I'd ever want to play Fortnite really by myself as much, unless I'm doing it for, like, a meme stream. But, like... yeah, this game's rough. Like, it's weirder to me, chat, because they made Fortnite in a good state. Like, a lot of you know exactly how much I dislike that game. So to say that it ended up okay, to, like, any capacity, is nutty. Sure. That's the weirdest part. This wasn't even actually Bethesda publishing, or sorry, producing it. They published it. I'm not entirely familiar with the company that published this game, or made the game. Can I have, like, a chance to heal? The fact that you can't, like, change what you use to heal either is really annoying. Who made it? I'm not sure. Can somebody check into that? Let me know. I know they published it. I'm just not sure who made it. Do I have to glide? I think I'm supposed to be standing on this. Okay. It's not even, like, grabbing onto stuff when I'm doing it. Like, this game is frustrating. The people who did Evil Within, oh god, I expect a lot better from them then. That's even more disappointing. Just your hands like that? I mean, aesthetically, the game is gorgeous. It just plays like I wish I was playing anything else. Why does she have 2 cores? I saw that little gesture that as her hand hit the ground, she flipped me off. I saw that. You're not clever, devs.
What the hell is this guy's endgame?
You got me.
I still just want to know why the visitors are here. Like, I know that he's trying to, like, merge the 2 worlds, but, like, just to bring back dead people? Like, I understand, like, the concept. It's just not good. And why does the fog affect us? Like, there's just... It's just not great.
I'm not going anywhere until we take that bastard down. No way I'm checking out before that.
You just want to protect your family, don't you? You're a good father.
I try. Once we had it.
I don't know why we're telling KK he's a good father. He's definitely not. Like, why are we lying to him? Alright. I like KK as much as, like, the rest of the characters in this game. Which is to say, not very much.
Make sure you're prepared.
Make sure I'm prepared. Okay. Sure, I'll take that as a sign that I need to buy as many arrows as possible, even though every time I buy these arrows, it doesn't matter. Wow, she's really fucking scuffing me on the stun talismans, huh? Neat.
You get anything good?
4,000 for one? Oh my god. There's no going... This is the 3rd time they've given me this notification. Yes. Where else am I supposed to go back? I'm just going to go back and explore? I don't really want to explore. Like...
Everyone here vanished too?
It doesn't feel rewarding to explore.
Let's head up.
Like, that's... Man, I feel like I'm critiquing it really hard, but like...
Gather, that you may find salvation. Gather, that you may not fear loss.
Yeah, because you're merging the worlds of the living and the dead. I get it.
Under death. Gather, that you may have dignity. Gather.
I think like one of my bigger problems is things like those stairways right over there. That set was blocked by like a single chain. We can jump around and do like a whole bunch of open world, but we can't jump over a small chain. It's just very weirdly limiting for a game that's open world. I feel like this would have been better if it was linear.
You only ever worry about yourself.
To be perfectly honest, I think that's one of the bigger problems.
Afraid I'll die because of you, aren't you?
What's wrong?
I heard this voice.
I don't know why every game thinks they have to be open world nowadays.
They're probably
Linear
trying
games
to
are
mess
great.
with your head. Hey, now what? Akito.
Yes, KK's ladder.
Let's go.
Like, the premise here is great. The ideas of, like, the 2 souls being stuck.
Mari,
Them being, like,
is that really how you feel?
Don't
contrary
get
into
loud.
each other. Like,
That's what the enemy wants.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Snap out of it, Akito.
another place I can't explore. One thing I will say it does really good, and that's like most games that are made for this, but the PlayStation 5 controller feels amazing. Why would you even let me choose the floor? We're going to have to go to different floors. Got it.
You said I was a good dad.
But
Truth is,
they've made the triggers feel really responsive.
I figured if I threw myself
feels
into
good.
my work, that'd be enough to protect my family. barely ever even showed my face at home. It was like we were total strangers. Lately, when I bring home a toy for my son, he wasn't even interested. Didn't care about those supercars anymore either.
KK.
But I'm not gonna run from this fight.
What's up with the textures on my jacket?
No matter what.
Bari!
So that puppet failed to even buy me some time.
You asshole!
The death of the body is a natural phenomenon. And in liberating our souls from their corporeal shells, we are returned to our true forms.
Believe whatever horse shit you want, man. But are you dragging innocent people? You crossed a line!
People always decry the truth when forced to face it. However, soon you too will come to understand how meaningless these earthly vessels truly are.
Keep your hands off her!
I have all the souls that I require. I will use them to shatter the barrier between life and death. Your sister will be the final piece. A foundation for a new age. You should be proud.
Away from her!
The fall of the barrier will presage the rebirth of the world.
The controller's shaking, by the way, every time he hits.
I shall
On the
create
specific
a
side he's
new
punching.
paradise.
Again, they did a really good job with the controller integration.
A place where the souls of my wife and daughter will shine for all eternity.
I don't think you've seen outside, my guy.
I've just come upon a wonderful idea. I shall create a paradise for this girl as well. Such a willful spirit as hers is a rarity indeed. Perhaps she will even lead this new world.
Asian Ghost Matrix isn't that good? I mean, it's just okay. That's the thing. Like, it's not bad. Like, if I had to give it a scale, with 5 being, like, average, I would give it 5 out of 10. It's absolutely just regular. There's nothing absolutely spectacular about it. It's well polished. There's no real glitches I've ran into. It's just the story itself is extremely dull, but there is a story. And for the most part, it does make sense. It has some holes, sure.
Why are you so certain?
Why does he want his sister? That's like one of the biggest connections that we need right now. It's just so weird that we're getting this close to the end and we don't have answers.
Can you imagine what your sister endures beneath these bandages?
I think I'm about to get my answer though.
Tethered to this body will only prolong her agony.
Because his sister's in a coma. Also, KK's not saying anything. Why?
Hey, don't listen
Thank
to
you.
this bullshit. Kill him now, or the world is done for.
I don't know. It's just not spectacular. I'm kind of sad.
Akito, get it together.
The time is nigh. The world rests
It's
on
very
the
pretty, though.
precipice of transformation.
So that's cool.
A new age will dawn. Not much longer now. Soon, my
Barry's
dream
broken,
will
kill
be
him.
made manifest.
Well, what's the question here? Well, now he's got your sister off the cliff, so...
Get up. Follow him.
Mari, what do you want?
Don't let him rattle you. Up now.
He was really gung-ho about getting this done, like, 2 seconds ago. With or without his sister, the world's still going to shit.
I can do this myself. I'll kick my own ass. Akito, you just don't get in the way. So you're scared, right? Of how she might feel. Finding out that maybe you did all this for nothing.
But he didn't.
You're afraid to hear the
Even if it isn't his sister, like, even if he doesn't save her, there's still a lot of other people in the situation. You've gone this far, you just followed through.
Nothing. I never even knew what my own family was thinking. That's why you need to go find out for yourself.
KK.
I'm not stopping now. Are you with me?
I am. Let's go. I gotta ask her myself. Can't die yet.
Again, really cool use of the controller. It's rumbling on the right side. Anytime. We fought this boss before. This is where we got last time.
Yanked out of me.
We're really doing this again?
Hey, over here. Scared me there.
Tell me about it.
grab as many of these as possible.
I got this.
Oh, hold on, 2 seconds, Chad.
Knew I lived fast, but I never thought I'd be offing myself.
KK.
Let's move. Time for a jaunt into the abyss.
Right. Let's go.
Okay. Neato, dude. Chapter 6, Binding. So a third of the game is in these last 2 chapters, story-wise. And that was 1 chapter in the last 30 minutes, if that.
Well, the abyss sure is bleak. I guess it'd be stranger if it weren't, though.
You hear that?
Sounds like water.
A hospital.
We'll do another checkup in 6 months. Then we can see how the 2 of you are holding up.
Someone's memories? But whose?
Looks like it's a girl. You are gonna be a big brother soon.
Okay, so these are our memories.
What a great artist you are, Mari.
Can't do the ghost drops to see like the radar stuff. So this is very much walking simulator right now. Okay.
You're such a good girl, cleaning up after yourself like that.
Are these my memories?
Yes. You don't recognize your own house? You might have moved a lot or something. Family shrine.
You just tell me if you have any trouble at school, okay?
Okay.
What's this?
The elementary school we went to.
I'm coming too.
No, I'm going out with my friends. You just walk home by yourself.
My memories and Mari's.
You're seriously overthinking this.
I am not. This is for Mom and Dad's anniversary. Something matching would be nice, don't you think?
It all feels so long ago now.
You're gonna see Mari in a minute. Like, even her ghost form. And that's kind of concerning.
Mom said not to worry about things at home. You should just do what you want.
Okay, there she is.
Yeah.
She looks like a middle schooler. At least at that point.
Mom's just a little tired, right?
Of course she is. Don't be so negative all the time.
And she was not. He's already talked about in passing how his parents are both dead. Why is there a random item? Okay, you know what? I don't care. Interesting place for that.
That yukata.
Yeah, it's Mom's. I'm glad the weather cleared up.
Yeah, it's our first festival in a while.
Why? Don't look away, Akito.
Mom's gonna be okay, right? I don't want her to go away. Why does everyone go away? Akito, where are you? Akito, I'm at the hospital. You need to get here now. I guess Mom and Dad are finally back together.
Yeah.
These two's lives has just been tragic.
This will be a new beginning for us.
Explains why he doesn't recognize the house.
Yeah,
Probably a lot more use to the apartment.
you're right. How many more new beginnings do we need to have? This isn't even a beginning. We're just falling further down.
How far do these steps go?
Don't be scared. You'll be okay.
How much farther can we go?
Fireflies are so cool.
Sometimes I wish we could just hit the bottom and get it over.
I wish we had them here.
At least then we could be with Mom and Dad again.
Stop it.
Don't turn away, Akito. You wanted to hear how she
I'm
felt.
turning away, KK. You can't stop me. Alright.
Why is it only me? In all of Tokyo. In all of me. Why do I keep falling down? If I'm just gonna fall, I might as well jump.
Akito.
I'm all right. I just need to find Mari.
That's
Yikes.
right. You have to protect her.
Yeah, I'm done running. This must lead somewhere.
Okay.
This is it.
Yeah. He's in there. And so is your sister. You ready?
Why was it like digital as fingertips? That was weird. Are we in the Matrix? That's a really cool visual. Even Jarvis likes the chap. Not that we know because he's passed out, but you know.
Such a shame it is. Neither of you can appreciate the wonders of the journey that awaits your loved ones.
I came here to talk to Mari. You're not stopping me.
Oh, and how will you do this? She has words to speak no longer.
Stop it!
Okay. Where's my lightning powers? Alright, now them coming through the fog was one thing, but he can just summon them? Why does he have like this immense power over visitors? And again, why Mari?
The gate to the underworld has opened. And now, for the final step. Let time's flow cease.
I'm assuming that didn't go right.
What is happening?
It's Mari.
Is she doing this? No! The ceremony cannot be stopped!
Mari. Akito. Thank you for coming for me.
I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize.
I don't get it. Like, why did he need Mario? Why is she the one?
It's what kept me here. It wasn't your fault. I went back for this. It's our only memento of Mom and Dad. I couldn't just leave it behind.
Mari.
Okay.
Big
Sure.
brother. Live.
Do you not see, like, the ghost man popping out of me? A little late. A little late, fam.
I'm so glad I could finally tell you.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Sure. He just pulled his family out of the underworld. Of course.
I have succeeded. I was not mistaken. The two realms connected at last. When the souls of humanity are freed from their mortal prisons, they shall be made pure. I shall finally be made one with my family again.
Bro's sister just died, and he's like monologuing over in his corner.
Paradise. Unshackled from loss and sorrow.
Time to put an end to this, Akito.
Okay, KK.
Yeah. This is the end of the line.
Who'd want to merge with an ass like you?
Okay. Sure.
Nothing from parting. None can comprehend death.
Sure.
We can unite.
Merging with them totally destroyed them. Beyond pathetic.
I guess it doesn't work on the boss. That's a shame.
Why do you interfere? Why? I was to be.
So final phase is on his butt.
Sorry to disappoint, but this body's already taken. No, it's actually not that bad. It's all about learning to live together.
Right. You monster! You're just too far gone to see it!
Why did they nerf the enemy types? These are easier than they normally are.
Not see dark. I don't want to die.
Okay. I hope that's not the end, but I feel like it is.
The souls were trapped in here.
Trapped? What does that mean?
It does. They were only separated from their bodies. They should go back to normal now.
That doesn't solve the question of the underworld situation.
Except Mari.
Why everyone except Mari? Explain that to me. Why is Mari special? It's like you cut a part of the game explaining why she's important. Mom, Dad? Why are you wearing the weird fucking things on your face?
Dad. Mom.
I'm sure it signifies something. I just don't know. Might be a cultural thing. I assume it has to be something like that. It's like, nah, you don't need to know anything. It really feels like it.
Died on December 10th. And Mom, June 9th.
You've been dealing with demons and ghosts this entire fucking time.
I could never forget. Never. I won't keep pretending it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna live. Even if it means...
How are you gonna live? The only reason you're alive is because of KK. Except for when KK left, you could suddenly live for a while, but you're literally a walking corpse based off of the premise of the game. The reason that KK chose you is because you were dead. Which is the only reason your body's even here still. So you're gonna live your life with KK inside of your head?
See you later. Next time we meet.
I mean, he has said that you'll never have to see me again once it's done.
Okay.
So maybe that's the idea. I don't know.
So, you finally learned how to open up to your family, huh?
And here I thought you'd learn to be quiet.
I gotta ask you for one last thing.
Yeah?
Talk to my wife and my boy. Tell them I never gave up. Not for a moment.
I will. I promise.
Hey. Sorry to dump that on you. I'd do it myself if I could, but I'm getting a little tired.
KK.
Don't get yourself possessed again, Akito. Most wraiths aren't half as charming as I am.
Yeah, you're a real charmer. Can't get you out of my head. You ought to be grateful.
Oh, and he's gone. I know I'm supposed to feel sad or something right now, but I literally feel nothing. KK was a dick the entire game. And not in the endearing way. I was gonna say, like, the most substantive thing we found out about him is that he was a terrible father. A terrible friend and a terrible person.
KK.
Like, what am I supposed to... Okay. Well, on the bright side, there's no Ghostwire 2. Yeah. Based on that ending. So, that's cool. Also, we literally just, like, left the entire gate to the underworld open. Did we, like, follow through on a single fucking thing all game? I guess we saved Mari, if that counts. Like, admittedly, it's a pretty game. That's fantastic. The controller was super super not innovative, but like how they made it work and how they made it feel with the controller for the PS5 was fantastic. The PS5 controller is like one of the most intuitive pieces of equipment I have played a game on. And it feels great. I now understand why, though. When Elden Ring came out at the same time as this game got almost zero press. It's not fantastic. It's not terrible. It's not, like, the worst thing I've ever played. It's probably the worst thing I've played this year, which is a fairly high bar, because honestly, I haven't played anything bad this year. Normally, we ran into some piece of garbage jank, but we haven't ran into that. It's just entirely okay. Like, that's so weird to say. Like, I don't think that the price tag it has is even close to what it's worth. Game runs for $70 on PS5 and $60 on PC. It is not worth either of those. Even a little bit. Even a little bit. I'd say that I would probably go and say that this game is worth $20 to $30. We beat it in 3 streams, probably around 7-ish hours. 7, 8, maybe, if I'm being generous, to be honest. I don't know. VODs will say exactly, but yeah, it just wasn't very good. It was just okay. And that's not a good place for your game to be in, I guess. Like, it was fairly polished. There was some really weird, like, jank feelings. Like, anytime we were in combat, the combat did not feel very responsive. Especially when you were pulling cores and things like that. It felt either delayed or just unresponsive at times. But the controller made it feel cool. So that's neat. Like, it felt like it was a struggle. Again, like, the use of the controller with this was really well done. Whether it was from the side of it shaking when he's, like, punching with his right hand, that the right side of the controller starts to shake, or the left side, or the adaptive triggers and all that kind of stuff. Like, it used the PS5 very well. Unfortunately, the game did not feel the same way. The combat itself, whenever we got into it, felt just kind of annoying. There's a lot of questions I still have. Like, why was Mari important? Why was he able to control the mist? Even though there's a few places that we saw that they were, like, essentially, like, making it. Why were the visitors even there? What are the visitors? Why were the visitors trying to collect these souls? And, like, capture them away? Were they trying to bring them back to the main bad guy, whose name, I swear to God, we heard a grand total of once or twice? And that's it? Like, why did the entirety of the fog go over Tokyo? What happened to all the souls after they returned to the body? Does anybody remember or notice the time that's been lost? Because this event happened purely in Tokyo? What was corruption? Why was corruption? Is corruption responsive to the fog? Like, there's so many questions here, and it's not good questions. It's world building and story in of itself that was never explained. I think Mari is, like, the most key point, because, like, throughout the entirety of this, we have no fucking clue why Mari was here. Why was she important? Why was his sister picked? Why is it that not only was his sister picked, but it happened that KK found the main guy, and then ended up taking him? Was that intentional off of KK? Because he made it seem like it was very random happenstance, but why was it that Mari instead was so important? Like, there's just so many key figures that feel like it was just there to, like, try and make a story, and it didn't feel good. Which is just rough. It's just rough. Yeah. So, I don't know. I kind of feel weird, because, like, I don't really have anything super great to say. Because, like, even, like, a lot of the creatures and the world designs are pulled off of, like, real-world lore and things like that, but they weren't original. And they certainly weren't interesting after we saw them at most reskinned a few times. So I think that we had a grand total of like 5 enemy types. Salaryman dude, fat salaryman dude, which is just literally a bigger salaryman dude. The high school girls, which had a high school boy variation, so I'm not even gonna count those. Scissor ladies, and then floating ladies. Sorry, there's 6. There's 6 because there was also like the ghosts. But the ghosts also had a different variation skin that was just the same thing, except floating, and it was a hanged person with like a sheet over their head. So maybe at most, if we do count those as 2 different variations, there were 7 main enemy types that reoccurred throughout the entirety of the game, with different variations on them or colors. Like the fat salaryman got a red fat salaryman at one point. And yeah, so there's 7 like enemy models in the entirety of the game, which isn't a lot. The variations weren't very interesting because almost all of them had the exact same patterns to some degree. Shoot beam, move, shoot beam, use umbrella to deflect, have umbrella that deflects. So I mean, like that's the thing. Like, it was just okay. I think that's probably the point I've got by the end of this. Mr. Adams, what's up, dude? So again, Ghostwire, buy it on sale or don't buy it at all. It's just okay. No, I missed it. Run it back. That's what we have VODs for. Yeah. But yeah, like I'm still bothered. Like, look at the entire like cast there. It's like 12 people. Also, why is Ed so, like, absolutely wonky about, like, talking to anybody in any way, shape, or form? That was another thing that was never explained. Like, I feel like we're going to get DLC about Ed, if there is anything out of this, and I don't want it. Yeah, it's just rough. It's weird because, like, there was all of, like, the side quests and things like that, but none of them were really substantive. None of them were very interesting. The power scaling itself, clearly we didn't even need. It just came down to how long can you hold it and different effects based off of the holding of the buttons. It was almost like weirdly like an arcade shooter to, like, a degree. I don't know a better comparison because it wasn't, like, a normal thing at all. It wasn't like a normal third-person shooter. It wasn't like a normal magic-based combat system. It was just odd from beginning to end with some different tools. Like, the closest thing that I want to compare it to, weirdly enough, is, like, in a way, kind of like Bioshock, except for, like, without the weapons. Like, the power abilities and how they scaled were very similar to that. But, yeah. Yikes. Please go back to The Evil Within. Yeah, because if this is the new IPs, we're getting... you know, honestly, there's one thing that kind of bothered me about coming up to this, like, the run up to this game, is there was almost no real, there's almost no real promotion for this game. And after playing it, I understand why. Because there wasn't a reason to. Yeah. Like, there was nothing here spectacular. Them showing off, like, the E3 trailer that had, like, the models of the salarymen visitors that look like Slendermen and, like, some of the girls and stuff. That was good, promotion-wise. And they had, like, a 15-minute, oh, this is what you do in the game. And it went like, huh, that's a little jank looking. That's a little weird. It can't be that bad, though. And then after playing it, it's just... I don't even think we needed to finish the game. I don't think that finishing the game gave me anything of substance. That is such a terrible thing to come out of, like, finishing it. It's just like, it was just okay. But it was so okay that I'm not going to remember the story. And even worse, I'm still not even sure why there was a story. They could have just literally had him, like, take over KK, have, like, him just go after, like, the bad guy. And that could have been the whole story. The whole sister in a coma thing, the whole thing with his parents and things. None of it mattered. We could have literally just played as KK, and I think it would have been a better game. I think that we were supposed to, like, attach ourselves to the main guy, but it didn't work. I didn't feel like I was playing him. I felt like I was still playing KK. And, like, all of his motivations, especially towards the end, made even less sense. Because he was gung-ho about, like, saving more than just his sister the entirety of the game. And then we get to the very end of the game, and he's like, man, I have a doubt, dude. What if my sister wants to be dead? And it's like, so what? Like, that sucks, dude. Like, that's not the only reason you're doing this, though. And it just reset. So it was almost like the story in of itself, which you guys know exactly how that's always super important to me, didn't know what it was. And I definitely don't know what it is. So, yeah, like, I'd say like a 4 out of 5 out of 10, with 5 being average. Probably a 4. Probably a 4, to be honest. Because I don't know why I played it. In an average game, I play it and I know what it's about. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of weird off of, like, I feel almost bad for how we played it. Because we played it off of the wings of both Elden Ring and Xenoblade. Which is incredible. So that's pretty shitty, my guy. I mean, keep in mind, like, my scaling system, I like to have 5 is an average game. Because that's technically how it should be. It's the medium. It's where the middle ground is. Versus, like, the school rating system that a lot of people use, which is, like, 60 is, like, a D, and so on and so forth. 50 is an okay score. It means it wasn't garbage. So 40 means it was a little less than average. It's not incredible. It's not good. It's just a little bit worse than okay. And again, the game's responsive. The controller effects made it feel really cool. It just wasn't a good game. Because the story wasn't great. And I don't know why I was doing anything I was doing. And then the combat itself felt real arcade shootery jank. And it just didn't feel great. So, I don't know. Like, I'm curious if there's more after the credits. I would assume probably. But, like, huh. I kind of feel worse that, like, we didn't finish this last stream. Because it's just, like, a random hour. Now. But we've got Ghostwire Tokyo done. So now I have to figure out what the hell is the next game series we're playing. I know that a whole bunch of you are super duper 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 interested in the Lost Judgment DLC. We're going to wait about that for a little bit. I'm going to play it. I'm just not going to play it next. Next franchise run is probably God of War or Kingdom Hearts. So if you really care about Kingdom Hearts, be sure to vote in the poll in a Discord. Because that exists for that. Because I don't know how interested you guys are. So far, it sounds really torn. Which actually kind of makes me feel like it's more or less a better idea to play it. Rather than worse. But we're not going to start today. After we're done with this, we're going to play some 14. We're going to play some 14. We're going to do a little bit of PvP or something for like an hour or so. We're also, you know, honestly, we'll probably end up doing Lego Star Wars in the afternoons. For a while I try and figure out what we're actually running through. Because that game's been a lot of fun. Or Horizon. Because I need to finish Horizon Forbidden whatever. Yeah. Horizon Forbidden West. Because I was enjoying that game before we pieced on it. So, well, actually, that's probably what we'll do. We'll do Horizon. But, yeah, I don't know. Tokyo Ghostwire was okay. You know what? I'm just going to skip. We've gone through a lot of the credits. I imagine... Wow, there actually wasn't anything else. Do you wish to save? Of course. Of course I wish to save. Where is my save file? None of these are my save file. Contortion? I was in chapter 6, not 5 or 4. Wow, okay, there isn't anything. Yikes. Alright. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty yikes. To be perfectly honest with your chat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I regret my time playing Ghostwire, but I don't think it was worth it, especially for the price tag. Yeah. Okay, give me 2 seconds, chat. I'm going to break everything for like half a second if it says that we are at the end of stream, because we are doing Spore 14. Cool. That one works. That one works. All right. Is that a dog? Yep, that's Jarvis. One of the things you guys earned for the charity stream is Jarvis back for the Jarvis cam. So he's back for every stream.